Welcome to my YouTube channel. Subscribe for uplifting gospel content. Here we explore faith, share inspiring stories, dive into powerful teachings, and celebrate the love of God. Whether you are seeking encouragement, biblical insights, or a deeper connection with your faith, you are in the right place. Join us as we grow together in grace, spread hope, and embrace the gospel's life changing power. Hit the subscribe button and let's journey through God's word together. One inspiring message at a time. Disclaimer: this channel does not support any act of violence towards any man of God or any person in particular. So please kindly make your comments with respect for the community and with love for one another. Thank you as you do so. God bless you always.
If you are serving under a ministry with a vision and then you have another vision, it's called division. Only monsters have two heads. You submit yourself to the vision of the house. And it is not being number one or number two that see, you are either pursuing God's calling or pursuing success. Are you with me? When God calls you, if God says submit under a ministry, that is your what? Calling. If your esteem is not intact, you will give yourself a calling where there's no calling. Please be seated. I was pastoring in the Redeemed Christian Church of God, and I did that for some years. And I was more than sufficient. In fact, I insisted myself that one of the biggest sacrifices I've had to make is to leave the Redeemed Christian Church of God. So there was never a time that there was any ambition that we'll have a church. In fact, I used to tell our ministry that our people that if we ever become a church, leave. That's to tell you how much I didn't want to become. I don't envy pastors. I don't envy general overseers. Having 1,000 branches. Do you know what that means? Jesus had 12. Judas was there. So imagine 1,000 pastors. Do the maths. Are you following what I'm saying here? However, I was not disobedient to the heavenly vision. So you must understand. According to the grace of God which is given unto me as a wise master builder, I have laid the foundation, and another builded thereon. But let every man take heed how he builds thereon. And so Paul describes ministry. He used many metaphors to describe ministry. But here he describes ministry as a building, which makes the minister a builder. Is that simple enough? Uh-huh. Okay, so he said, as a wise master builder, I have laid the foundation. Okay? Another builded thereon, but let every man take it how he what? Builds. So it means a minister of God is first and foremost a what? But you know, if Paul was saying this in our generation, saying I'm a wise master builder, you probably will call Paul proud. Who is it to say he's a wise master builder? Only God can say that. Well, you're either a wise builder or a foolish builder. There's nothing in between. And he was saying what he was. Say, I'm a wise master builder. That is, I'm not building by guesswork. I'm not building by luck. I'm not building by circumstances. I am building something with a picture in mind. Now, look at it. Look at where Paul was talking from. 1 Timothy chapter number 3. All right, let's start reading from verse 1. I think I'm going specifically to verse 4, but let's start from verse 1. Look at it. This is a true saying. If a man desires the office of a bishop, he desires a good work, yes. A bishop must be what? Blameless. The husband of one wife, vigilant, sober, of good behavior, giving to hospitality, apt to teach. I'm going to come back to this apt to teach. Okay? You don't excuse ignorance with miracles. You don't excuse ignorance with tongues. You don't excuse ignorance with prophecy. You teach. A minister must be able to teach. All right? Not given to wine, no striker, not greedy or filthy lucre, but patient, not a brawler, nor covetous. Yes, verse 4 now. One that the ruleth well his own house, having his children subject with all gravity. Yes, continue. Quickly, we don't have time. For if a man know not how to rule his own house, how shall he take care of the church of God? Yes. Quickly. Not a novice. This verse 6. Not a what? Not a what? Uh-huh. So, I'm not sure that for the past how many years now, maybe just at home, if somebody, I can't remember the last time I picked any book on anatomy, physiology, hematology, medical virology to pick anything to read. I can't remember the last time I did that. But there are things you can't take from me. It doesn't matter how many years I hold the mic. You can't take them from me. Because you've been trained. They've been wired into you. You spend night and day studying into them. They can't take them from you. It took years to get degrees on campus. It can't take you a vision to be an apostle. It can't take you a dream to be a prophet. It can't take you just one intuition to say you're a pastor. People are trained for this. Beyond the revelation, get the training. If not, you will minister shame. Is that okay now? How do you get somebody to build you a house? And he said, this is my first attempt. And are you with me? You know, things are happening in this life. And the person is asking, which one again is the... Which... You know, you are not building a house, you are building a coffin. God will not entrust things to your hands and people to your hands more than the capacity you have built. He will not. Capacity is built for ministry. In fact, look at the way Paul also describes it in Ephesians 4. Ephesians 4, verse 1. Quickly. Ephesians 4, verse 1. I love the... look at the way Paul describes it. He said, I, therefore, the prisoner of the Lord, beseech you that you walk worthy of the vocation wherewith you are what? Called. You walk worthy. Now, go back to that verse. Can you give me an amplified? Do you have other translations? If you do have amplified, I'd appreciate it. There are people who are doing ministry who don't know anything about ministry. How can somebody be in ministry for 10 years and can't describe ministry? Can't define ministry? One of my boys met a guy. Look at it. I, therefore, the prisoner for the Lord, appeal to you and beg you to walk, lead a life worthy of the divine calling, which you have been called with behavior that is a credit to the summons of God, to the summons to God's service. He used the word vocation to describe ministry. Not as a way to reduce ministry, but to tell you that ministry is work. Okay?